Hi guys, my apologies for having not posted a video in the last week or so. Yeah, it's been about a week. For this video, the idea behind it is kind of just to have a chat, Steven and I, with you guys on our experiences so far with this whole road trip car life adventure. And we're gonna kind of chat a little bit about what we think about it, how it's been going, and just our overall thoughts. To dive right in, right now we are still currently in West Virginia at my cousin's house, very close to Pipestem National Park. So it is beautiful. They have a gorgeous view I shared with you guys in our last video. So it's been really nice. We're currently house sitting we've been here over a week now actually. And it's been really nice. It's been a good amount of time to just kind of sit back and really think about what our next steps are going to be. But rewinding back to when we started this whole thing.
What?
Yeah.
There was a bug.
Okay. When we started this whole thing, we were going into it as that it's going to be living out of our car. And what would you say that that's turned into?
Well, it's turned into us living in our car for a couple days and mostly just staying with family because, you know, it's not easy. It's being homeless, you know? If we had a van and it was van life, it would have a home, but it's not really like that with a car.
Yeah, so pretty quickly we figured out that car life is not for us. We slept in our car 3 nights in a row, and it was brutal, guys. I give props to anyone who can make that happen. Definitely, I feel like it would be possible if it was just one of us, but since we're a couple and it's, again, not a van, there's just no way. One person, no matter what, ends up not sleeping because of the sleeping arrangement. And many of us have mentioned the tent idea, and so we did go out and purchase a tent finally. So possibly once we leave here, the idea is to kind of find campgrounds on our way to the west and use our tent, set it up, maybe stay for a couple days, and go do it in the cheapest route as possible. So right now, our plan may be to, what's our plan right now? Pretty much the conclusion of pretty much all of this is that car life was absolutely not for us. Not only was the sleeping situation unbearable, but cooking and eating, that situation was really hard because of the position of where the cooler was. One person having to go into the back, take everything out, put it on a plate, eat it cold, because most of the time we weren't going to whip out the butane stove anywhere. So that was kind of a downfall. We were eating everything cold. I know he didn't enjoy that, eating stuff cold.
I think everyone really enjoys a hot meal, and it's something that we all kind of take for granted.
Absolutely.
Eating cold isn't that bad. It's different.
It was kind of just like the luxuries in life that you don't consider a luxury, you really end up taking them for granted. When you get put in a position like this, it puts things into a whole new perspective. Other than that, our time in West Virginia has been pretty nice. Before this, we were in Norfolk, Virginia. So then we traveled about 5 hours to get here. And then before that, we were in North Carolina, which I shared with you. We haven't been hiking nearly as much because for the fact we did say that we would house sit. So we pretty much want to stay nearby the house at all times. And to get anywhere to like a city or a grocery store or anything like that, it takes about 30 minutes. So it's kind of a little bit of a hike to get anywhere anyway. So we've just been really relaxing. I've been working on my business a lot and really just evaluating our whole situation. What is the best option for us to go forward with next. So today, actually, we decided that we were going to kickstart a new fitness program. And, well, a new fitness program for us. It's been around forever. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. It's called Insanity with Shanti.
Shanti!
I used to be a Beachbody coach, actually, so I'm very familiar with the style of at-home workouts, and I'm a huge fan of them, especially with our current nomadic lifestyle. They just work out because we can do it anywhere. So we are planning on getting through the whole 60 days. We did the test workout for the first day, and it was pretty brutal, but I am in 10 billion times better shape than I was when I first started with Beachbody over a year ago. So I am really glad that we are diving into it together. And one thing I did want to touch on is the fact that we have been able to stay on top of our nutrition for the most part. It definitely has helped for the fact that we've been able to stay at families' homes, because then we of course have access to a fridge and a kitchen. And what I've noticed too, and I've really taken into perspective, is that living out of a car or not having access to a kitchen really does take away from making nutrition as much as a priority as I make it in my life. And I don't want to ever sacrifice my health for, going on this adventure. Like, I want it to be fun, and I want it to be a memory that I can look back on, a positive memory.
If you don't have the money, then you can't travel.
So, speaking on that, it's not that we're not going into any tourist locations or spending a fortune in any way. But what I will say that I didn't realize is that we are using so much more gas than we anticipated when we are driving around, and especially since we don't have an exact plan every single day where we're going to be, it a lot of the times ends up making us go back and forth from place to place, or pretty much drive in circles, which a lot of the time, that's going to waste gas. So we were spending at first, now obviously we haven't been driving because we've been house sitting, but from the time that we left to the time we got here, we pretty much, doubled the amount that we said we were going to spend on gas, at least.
I wouldn't say we doubled it, but we definitely figured it would be like $300 a month, and we spent like $100. We spent almost like $100. We spent almost like $200 within the first week and a half.
Yeah,
so we went through a lot of gas, and gas is expensive, and obviously doing a lot of the big trips, like the trip from Florida to North Carolina, that took at least 2 tanks, and then going from where we were in North Carolina all the way to Virginia, then all the way back to West Virginia. That alone was another 12 hours of driving. So we've gone through
and then we didn't I don't think I mentioned it. No, I didn't mention it in our last video that we started driving to West Virginia because we were just going to come here early. But then Steven got a text from his uncle that we could just go there early. So we're literally maybe I don't know, an hour and a half to 2 hours away from this location in West Virginia. And we decided to turn around and start driving back to Virginia to his uncle's house in Norfolk. And, that definitely added on, I would say 4 or 5 hours to travel time. On top of what we were already, planning on doing.
It was 5 hours out of the way from when we turned around. But
right.
If we were to have gone there before, it was still a 6-hour drive.
Oh, yeah. It was still out of the way, but we wanted to do it because, one, it was a place for us to stay. It was really good to meet up with his family and kind of just talk over with other people about our situation, get other people's perspectives. That's something that we've really... I wouldn't say that we've always liked talking to other people about and getting their perspectives, because a lot of the times they don't mesh with our perspectives. And talking back on the traveling and financial aspect, we definitely didn't plan as well as we should have. I mean, really, who does? Even if you do set a plan, most of the time something is going to go wrong. So I was trying not to be so obsessive about, you know, this is where we're going to go, then here, then here. I really wanted to be free with it, and we definitely have been free, but so much so that it's kind of made the trip not as enjoyable as it could. I mean, of course the financial aspect, but really just not having a place to stay, not knowing where we're going to stay, you know, just not even knowing where we're gonna be able to go to the bathroom. Things like that you don't think about unless you're in the situation, and we really do take them for granted. That's something that we've had to really deal with and kind of shift our mindset on our situation. Other than that, I think that pretty much sums up everything that I kind of wanted to talk about. I want to incorporate more videos with Steven so you can kind of get to know us as a couple, because we're always together. We are pretty much a very inseparable couple, so I really wanted you guys to get to know him as well. But on that note, I will only be posting one video from now onward a week. At this point in my life, I'm really going to be putting my time and energy, more of it, into my business and some possible news later down the road that I'm not going to share right now. But I'm going to be working on a couple other projects that I want to really sink my time and energy into. And just one video a week, I'm going to be trying to put out the best content possible for you guys. But as of now, I'm going to say that my upload day is going to be Friday or Saturday. I will leave in the comments below when I make that decision, and let me know if you would prefer one day or the other. Other than that, if you liked this video, this style video, give it a thumbs up. If you enjoyed our kind of chat and maybe looking forward to more of our journey, seeing where the heck we end up, hit that subscribe button. We both enjoyed kind of just having a chat. It was really casual conversation with some coffee, because you can't really chat without coffee. But other than that, I'll see you guys next week, and we love ya. Hi guys, so my apologies for